Miscommunication. 12 o'clock high. Of course I long for love. Who doesn't? That special someone to sweep me off my feet. The sine qua non. My alpha, my beta, the meat for my potatoes. The one and only, the soul mate. Of course I want this, but I remain miscommunication. I've had a few FBs in my search for the one and only. Men who come and go. Barry's been an FWB for years, and though it's anything but true love, he can scratch me places I just can't reach without a vibrator. Barry's more than a few years older than I am, but he's still very active. I mentioned my horrible, sweaty Rambo experience re the used giant bicycle, and sweet Barry said he had a bike that was just my size. I could ride anytime. Knowing full well that the bicycle wasn't the only thing Barry was itching to ride, I made arrangements to swing over to his place for some two-wheeled, likely followed by some four-poster, fun. Barry thought we should beat the heat by starting a ride at sunup, while I suggested noon because getting out of bed before 10 o'clock on a Sunday is strictly Cocoa Puffs. Barry said I could spend the night, but I was still dog-sitting fur baby Nala, so we compromised and settled on noon. Of course, I dressed for the occasion, wearing much the same outfit I'd worn when I met Johnny Walker at any time, the difference being that instead of wearing my sheer bra, I let the girls run free. Hey, even though cycling's non-impact, I still wanted to make an impact. Sweaty Rambo's ride was much nicer than Barry's, but his beat nothing. Barry'd already pumped up the tires before I arrived, and he had me straddle the bike, sit on the seat, and then pedal backwards while he held me up. I thought his goal was to look down my top, which he did, but after watching how far I had to stretch my legs to stay in contact with the pedals, he lowered the seat an inch or so and repeated the process, including his long, admiring stare at the girls. "Looks great," he said, to which I pushed out my chest and said, "Thanks." After plopping helmets on our heads and water bottles into holders, we cycled slowly around his cul-de-sac on Noose Ridge Road while he gave me pointers on how to shift and brake before winding our way southward through his neighborhood to the Noose River Trail. At the trail, we continued to go south, just as I knew Barry was hoping to do later. "A lot more wide open as we head away from the city," he said as way of explanation, adding, "The Noose is a really nice greenway." We went south half an hour, stopped, took a long drink of water, and then turned around. Barry said it's easy to irritate and bruise the soft tissue of my coochie and taint, and that padded bike shorts help a lot in the comfort department. Back at the ranch, he asked if I'd like to come inside, and I said sure. Barry's dripping almost as much as sweaty Rambo had been and says he's going to take a quick shower. I ask if he wants company, and his reply of sure is far from feigned. We strip, and I head for the commode while Barry pops in the shower. I finish my business in time to see a long, dark stream flow out of Barry. "Yuck," I say, shaking my head. "That's disgusting." "Man's got to do what a man's got to do," Barry says with a smile. "Plus, haven't you heard? We could irrigate the Sahara if everyone peed in the shower. I read it's 12,000 gallons per year. Now come on, girl," he adds, motioning me with both hands to come hither. I did. We luxuriated with wet foreplay before racing to his four-poster and an enthusiastic, if uncalisthenic, romp where Barry did indeed again go south. Afterward, I slipped back in the shower where he lay in semi-comatose post-coital bliss. Post-shower number 3 for the day, I went into his closet and grabbed a dress shirt before opening 3 drawers of his dresser before finding his drawer of drawers where I selected some boxers that I slipped into as Barry watched. I twirled my fingers, bye-bye, said thanks for the rides, gathered my sweaty clothes, and headed home where Nala greeted me enthusiastically. Barry's peeing in the shower antics and statement about water usage got me thinking. I don't know how many times I've read that peeing in the shower saves tons of water, so I did a little research. Barry mentioned 12,000 gallons, which makes no sense since modern toilets only use 1.6 gallons of water per flush. So peeing in the shower would only save around 580 gallons per person per year if we assume 1 shower per day. Seems the mean machine used the oldest and least water-saving toilet to figure nearly 3,000 gallons per year and then quadrupled it for a family of 4? Deceptive? You bet. A lie? Not at all. This is the genius of advertising, my chosen field of smoke, mirrors, and counting on people blindly accepting statements without critical analysis. God bless America.